Hello, everyone. Nick Dettmann here for another edition of the Dettmann Media Podcast, where we go over the latest in social media and digital marketing, tips, trends, and analysis, as well as the latest in website design, in analytics, and SEO tactics. Glad you can join me today. We've got a handful of great topics here to discuss. Just want to remind you that if you haven't already, feel free to head on over to my blog. That's nicholasdettmann.blogspot.com. And once you're there, click on old subscribe, and you can get emailed updates right off of the blog where I share news stories as well as tips, trends, and analysis for the latest in social media, digital, and online marketing. So hope you head on over there and give the old subscribe button a click and get those updates get right to your inbox. So lastly, too, just before we jump into these topics here this afternoon, I want to remind you that my podcast is sponsored by Five Star Complete Asphalt Services in West Haven, Connecticut, where they take care of all of your asphalt, concrete, and seal coating needs throughout Southwest Connecticut as well as the New England area. Get your free quote today at 5starcompleteasphaltservices.com, and I want to welcome in a new sponsor, the West Bend Theater Company, a local theater company production group getting ready for its annual production of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens coming up this December. Ticket information is available at West Bend Theater Co. and theater is the RE.com. Again, West Bend Theater Company or westbendtheaterco.com. I'll get it out eventually correctly. So let's go head on into our topics. A lot of things really developed here over the last several days. So certainly wanted to get these out there and kind of discuss what's going on and share that insight with you and kind of how we should be proceeding forward. So it was announced this week. Specifically November 2nd, that it was announced by Facebook that the company plans to get rid of its face recognition system and will delete more than 1 billion users' facial recognition templates. So what is the face recognition system? Well, according to what Facebook has described on its website, face recognition is used to analyze the photos and videos that users are in on Facebook, such as a profile picture, photos, and videos that a user has been tagged in. And that is to make a unique number for a user, and that is how a template is created. So maybe you might have seen it a few times where you're posting a photo on your Facebook page and you want to tag a friend of yours or somebody, and it's in your Facebook network. You will get the option to tag that person, and that information is available to you, but just based purely off facial recognition. So if you have a picture, there are tagging suggestions that could be made, and that is what the face recognition system will be. That will be no more. Didn't entirely say when that will go into effect, but I imagine that will probably start to be filtered out here relatively soon. So why the change? Well, according to Facebook, they said this change will represent one of the largest shifts in facial recognition usage in the technology's history. More than a third of Facebook's daily active users have opted into the face recognition setting and are able to be recognized, and its removal will result in the deletion of more than 1 billion people's individual facial recognition templates. I have a full statement from Facebook regarding that on my blog. And of course, this change also happens on the heels of Facebook rebranding its parent corporation to Meta, and I have a link on as well on my blog to let you know what is Meta and what that will mean for overall as in Facebook's company profile. So this also comes on the heels of just Facebook being in a really kind of a lack of a better term, of really a PR mess right now with the shutdown or blackout, whichever you want to describe it. Now it's almost a month ago, And following all the testimony that's been coming up on in front of U.S. Congress with a whistleblower and so forth, and just all the information that's coming out about what Facebook has of its users, among many, many things that have been spilled over to now where it's being dubbed by media outlets around the country, even around the globe, as either the Facebook papers or the Facebook files. So I can definitely see Facebook moving toward deleting more user data. Is just kind of a response to this. Is now they're being heavily scrutinized and they are under a big time microscope with how they operate and how they're going to continue to operate as we go forward. So I foresee many more changes down the line as we come up to more and more privacy, transparency, and privacy changes throughout the world. So definitely more changes I can see coming up down the road here. But one of its other subsidiaries, speaking of Facebook / Meta here, it has to do with Instagram, and it finally did something that I think a lot of us, myself included, have been waiting for. On October 27th, Instagram announced that it will give users who oversee business accounts the opportunity to post link clicks within their stories. And this is a great way to generate website leads. Previously, the option was only available for Instagram accounts who had at least 10,000 followers. So if you're trying to build a brand and try to build an awareness, and you have 10,000 followers, you pretty much have done that already. So this is a big win for especially small businesses or places or people trying to build their Instagram following and get website referrals and website leads. This is a huge win, and I was stoked when I heard and saw this, and I've already definitely been utilizing it. I will caution and let you know that I think if you don't see it yet, I think it's just kind of slowly being released to people one by one, because I know after it happened, I oversee 3 business accounts. 2 of them had it, 1 didn't, but now all 3 do. So it's maybe just kind of a slowly working its way through. So if you don't have it yet, just kind of hang tight. You should see it pretty soon if you don't have it. And obviously if you have it now, utilize it. Because this is a great way to generate website leads and website referrals through your stories. And Instagram announced this because, well, according to them, when they first introduced story links, the feature was limited to verified accounts of those with a certain number of followers, as I noted, and that was 10,000 followers. We finally, and then quote, "We've heard from the rest of our community that they also want to share things that matter with their friends and family. Whatever you're into, from cooking to volunteering or shopping, you now have a space to share in stories regardless of your account size." And continue the quote, "We continue to be inspired by the change makers on our platform and those who want to turn their passion into a living by sharing links. We recently introduced new ways for creators and businesses to reach more fans, engage their community, and grow their reach, and we aim to further support them with access to links." And that's the end quote. And as I mentioned, this is a huge victory for Instagram users and business users. Again, especially those with less than 10,000 followers. If you're trying to build that, you need to do it. And this is a great tool to finally have. And as it mentioned, also as well, if you're trying to share a link to some kind of recipe through Instagram, you now can do it, because up until this point, the only clickable link on Instagram was in the profile bio, and really data just shows that people just don't do that. When you put a post on Facebook, or I mean on Instagram, excuse me, when you say, "Oh, click the link in our bio for more," that is showing that it is just not what people are doing. If they want to make the click, they're going to do it right on that post. They're not going to back out of a post, scroll, look for the top of the profile, and then click on the link. It's, needless to say, it's just too much work for the user, as weird as kind of that sounds, but that's just what's happening. And as I mentioned before, and if you don't have the link capability, the link sticker, available yet. Just hang tight. I think it will be with you very, very shortly. So, what is the link sticker that you can add in Instagram stories? And so, when people tap on the sticker, it will show like the primary domain for your website or whatever website that you type in. So, you can capture or upload content to your story. You select the sticker tool from the top of the navigation bar. Then you tap the link sticker to add your desired link and tap done and place the sticker on your story like your other stickers, and you tap on the sticker to see color variations. And lastly here from Instagram's quote, we're also working on ways to customize the sticker so it's clear what someone will see when they tap on your links. So really a big win for Instagram users on this. I was super excited about it, and I know others are as well. Moving to another topic, and that is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn recently released its quarterly report, and it reported a record engagement for the third quarter. In the report, LinkedIn said it reported engagement on the platform is up a record-breaking 19%. And in addition, LinkedIn's revenue was up 42% year over year. Since 2016, December of 2016 specifically, LinkedIn has been owned by Microsoft, and as of September of 2021, LinkedIn reported 774 million registered members from more than 200 countries and territories. So from LinkedIn, quote, we're experiencing a great reshuffle across the global labor market as people are rethinking not only where and how they work, but why, the company said. But continued, quote, with more people changing jobs than ever before, we saw record engagement as nearly 800 million members turned to LinkedIn to connect, learn, grow, and get hired. Some other data that they shared was LinkedIn confirmed hires on the platform also increased more than 160%. And in the quarter, the company said that it launched new ways to help job seekers discover roles that align with how they want to work. Obviously, more remote work, hybrid working, just entirely working from home has really changed a lot in how job seekers look for jobs and apply for jobs, but also how employers recruit for jobs. Now, I'm definitely seeing more and more jobs saying remote only positions. So you can really opens up the pool from a job recruiter standpoint that you can now recruit people from really anywhere, and you've learned that you can operate certain jobs or any of your positions remotely. So it really, in a sense, it changes what you can do from a recruiting standpoint, but also kind of can make it a little more difficult for your job seekers as the pool is going to get bigger and bigger because now we're looking at larger talent pools. LinkedIn also added that in the rapidly evolving labor market, companies are increasingly turning to LinkedIn and its learning area to upskill and reskill their employees. Quote, we now have more than 15,000 enterprise customers, and we are expanding our opportunity in the creator economy, including offering new ways for LinkedIn learning instructors to build their audiences and connect with learners live. And lastly here, businesses appear to be favoring LinkedIn as a way to reach professionals, as evidenced by the advertising revenue being up 61% year over year. The company said this is attributed to, quote, strong advertising demand in our marketing solution business. So I've definitely have seen LinkedIn over the last, I'd say probably 2 years, has really stepped up its game. And I can really see LinkedIn is not really now that social media platform that was really so far behind the eight ball on so many things. LinkedIn has really, I think, stepped up their game, and it really elevated itself as a viable and relevant social media area, especially for business professionals. Where before it took a year or two for LinkedIn to kind of catch up to some of the other things that other social media platforms were doing. So it's kudos to LinkedIn for their continued effort to stay relevant in the social media universe, especially keeping business professionals and companies connected. So, and then the last topic here we'll discuss, and certainly it's been a topic of discussion here on my podcast and on the blog for a number of weeks now, has to do with email marketing. So, and email trends, and a new report indicates the latest in email trends, but also indicates that reliance on email is growing. And we've kind of noted that just because of the pandemic. And more people are digital, more people are at home, so there's more need to keep a closer eye on your email more than you ever have before. So one way to reach people is obviously right in the palm of their hand. You don't have to try and get them on a radio ad or a newspaper ad or a billboard. You can now deliver messages right to the people's hands through email, because so many people use smartphones and utilize that option. So looking at the Litmus, email marketing company, released its latest State of Email report, and it indicated a number of key statistics and trends that I certainly wanted to go over. So last Black Friday and Cyber Monday alone, foot traffic decreased 52.1% compared to 2019, while online only shoppers increased by 44%, and that is according to the National Retail Federation's Holiday Shoppers Take Advantage of Early Thanksgiving Weekend Deals. I'm seeing 2020 we were in the pandemic, and we still are, but it was definitely the case where people did not go out and shop. They did their shopping online. Therefore, digital and e-commerce and email marketing were extremely important for businesses, especially ones that offer products or services that can be used for gifts during the holidays. So Litmus, like I said, identified 5 key shifts marketers need to know going forward. That is, email marketing is increasingly critical to business success. Personalization, automation are dire to standing out and scaling. Privacy measures are forcing marketers to rethink current strategies. Brands are looking to agile marketing to meet their growing email demand, and marketing must embrace the state of the world, and brand purpose matters. We have certainly noticed, and I've noted this a number of times, we are more digital now than I think we were 5 years ago. And we're more reliant on digital, and therefore you need to, if your digital is not part of your strategy or it's a minimal part of your strategy, it's time to get on board with that. Litmus also revealed that at least 80% of marketers believe the pandemic had some kind of impact on their email marketing. That is 4 out of every 5 are saying this. Also, reliance on email has increased because of more people working remotely or in some kind of hybrid model, like we mentioned before, and that's a plan that incorporates a mixture of in-office and remote work in an employee's schedule. I have a link to the full report on my blog at nicholasdettmann.blogspot.com. So that'll about wrap up today's podcast. Really glad you joined me here today. Again, our podcast is sponsored by 5-Star Complete Asphalt Services in West Haven, Connecticut, who specialize in asphalt seal coating, crack filling, and other asphalt repaving needs. Based in West Haven, Connecticut, but serves much of the Southwest Connecticut area as well as the New England region. Also sponsored by West Bend Theater Company, a local theater company in West Bend, Wisconsin. Come see A Christmas Carol December 3rd through the 5th and December 10th through the 12th at the West Bend Masonic Lodge in West Bend, Wisconsin. Tickets on sale now at westbendtheaterco.com. Theater is the R-E variety. Thank you again for joining me on today's podcast. Until next time, stay safe, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.